Hey guys, and welcome to another free plugin Friday. Today we are looking at the Sampleson Dyno Mod, which is a plugin intended to use on electric piano sounds. To understand what this plugin is meant to do, we have to look a little bit at history. So basically there was a guy, Chuck Monte, and what he would do is modify the electric pianos of the 70s and 80s to get a different kind of cleaner, brighter sound. So he would adjust things like how far the pickups were, the hardness of the hammers, all that, but he'd also add his own preamp circuitry. And this really changed the tone and was popular with people using Rhodes, Wurlitzers, and various other electric pianos at the time. So this plugin is intended to give that vibe, particularly the preamp. Now, there were other mods such as a tremolo and a tri-chorus. You might have heard about the famous Dynotronic tri-chorus. That was a design originally put into pianos. But basically, this just does that preamp thing, and it can really liven up your electric piano sounds. So what you heard in the beginning, I'm using Arturia Stage 73. So that is basically a Rhodes style piano. Now, it's probably too big. Let's go down. But you can see Rhodes piano. I've turned the amp off and stuff just on a kind of stock jazzy setting. So we'll have a look again at that, this little bit here. I am going to mainly use stuff I've recorded, but I'll play a little bit of keyboard too, just to kind of get more of the feel. And we'll look at using it on a bunch of free plugins too, because this is a free plugin. And so you don't need a $300, $200, whatever, Rhodes sound in order to use this plugin. And we might also try it on a few other things that aren't pianos. But let's just use it on its most normal kind of setting. I'll do this section here, and then this is a more lively upbeat section which I'll loop. So I'll basically go back to default, which I think is about this. They don't reset. But basically you have bass frequency, gain. So that chooses the frequency, that's the gain of that, and an overtone frequency and gain. So it's kind of like a two-band EQ, but it does a lot more than that. So this is with it off. I'll turn it on. We'll adjust some settings. You'll hear what I'm saying. So just the Wurlitzer are off. Rhodes, sorry. I'm bypassed. I am sending that to a little bit of reverb so you get the gist. So we'll go through that one again, and let's mess with the bass frequencies. And now the overtone. Basically what you can see is the bass frequency, obviously it's lower here, and as you go up you get more of the lower mids, and the overtone frequency is kind of treble and upper mids. The gain both cuts and boosts, but I like it doing the kind of boosted thing here. We'll play it on this and go through more settings. So this is a bit more lively. I just turn off the reverb. Also changes the stereo field a little bit. So we want a thinner sound. A bit more bark. bit more lo-fi. So you can really hear it changes the tone, but it also changes the stereo field, a bit of the phase stuff. It's doing more than a simple EQ. It's actually quite powerful in what it can do. But let's have a look at maybe some free pianos. So I've got here, I have got D Piano, MDA D Piano by Dead Dog Software. Now it basically, if we listen to this, it is your Rhodes sound, but it isn't really as nice as the expensive Arturia plugin. But it has potential. It's a little bit brighter, so let's turn this on. Now it can also increase noises and stuff, and it has been said on the website that if you're using samples, it can create a few weird overtones because of the way samples are actually recordings of it rather than physically modeled like the Arturia, because basically you're bringing up all the noise, all the artifacts you'd get from actually recording something, all the physical sounds, which in modeling is a little bit different. But it sounds good with this free plugin. So it's a bit loud there. So yeah, you can hear there, the biggest problem I have with this is it would be nice to have a master volume control because you are really boosting up the gain there and it's hard to compare, but it's definitely doing a lot. Now I've got the same piano plugin on a different setting for this moodier kind of thing, and we're going to do the same. I'm going to kind of drench it in a bit of reverb and put a bit of chorus on it. We'll have a listen there. We can turn this on and get really moody. Now, I'm getting a lot of clicks and pops. I'm not sure what that is. That seems to be happening when I'm turning the controls and stuff. It's not usually happens in plugins in Cubase for me, so that is an interesting artifact. I'm not sure if that is the plugin causing it or something else, but let's listen to it by Parston. You can really hear how it brings up those noises and stuff in this plugin. So that's all kind of Rhodes sounds, but what can you do with other sounds? So here I have got another free plugin, DDX10, which is a DX7 style kind of emulation. If we open it up, I can kind of show you what it's doing. It's basically, it uses settings, but it's that kind of FM synthesis style. So I've got on the Jazz E-Piano setting. So if we just listen to that without the plugin in and just a bit of chorus. A bit of reverb. And we add this. Get this this really kind of bell-like sound. It's really, really cool. So you can use it on DX7 style E-pianos as well, and we might try it on a clavinet. Got a clavinet style here. You can do it on that as well. So the same thing again, just with a clavinet. Okay, now we'll turn it on with the settings I've got here. Just gives it a bit more life, obviously a bit more volume, but a bit more life. Off again. That real stereo width is exaggerated. So you kind of get the idea. It can be used on all types of electric piano sounds. But what about other sounds? What about samples, loops, other things? So I want to really try it out in that scenario because, you know, why not? See what this plugin can do. So I'm going to load up some loops. Let me just go in here. I've got some, let's just try some drum loops. So I've got some of these free drum loops from Reverb.com. So I'm going to get, let's go with a rhythm ace. Everyone kind of knows this kind of sound. We'll load the Dyno Mod. Straight away at default, that is kind of cool. Just give it extra width, give it extra kind of pizzazz. Takes it from a bit dull and boring to a bit more interesting. Okay, so let's find some other loop. Maybe we'll find some kind of guitar loop or something. Or maybe a synth loop. Let's have a look. Let's try a trumpet loop. Let's try that. Doesn't really fit so well, but let's try it. Now that's doing something really interesting to the tone. Really exaggerates the reverb and stuff. Maybe try it on some kicks actually. See what it can do. Sorry, that's probably clipping. Let's turn that down. Okay, what does it sound like on a kick? Definitely clipping there. Sorry about that. Let's yeah, this is where auto gain or master control would be cool, but it's a free plugin, you can't complain. That was our old kick. This is our new kick. Try this, just play some stuff on this stage 32. Got it kind of cranked. Let's remove it from all sources. So that's without the DynoMod and anything else, and put it on. So that was basically the DynoMod. Of course, I could have tried on a million other sources. You know, you can try it out for yourself. It is free. That's the whole point of Free Plugin Friday. So thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. Just, yeah, a little cool plugin that just gives this interesting preamp tone, this stereo-ness, this kind of overtone thing, originally designed for Rhodes electric pianos and then a few of the other pianos like Whirlies and stuff. And yeah, actually sounds cool on everything. It brings up artifacts, but that can be a cool sound. So grab it. Link is in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Also wanted to note, I have Arturia plugins, as you can see. This is a recent purchase for me. So there are going to be videos looking more in depth in these plugins. They are awesome and full in-depth plugins. There's going to be a few long videos in them, so look out for them, and I'll catch you next time.